Next up, we have Tharkan Web Innovations that has developed a digitally certified document repository for citizens. And to know more, let me invite on stage Avira Tharkan. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes till... All right, your slide is up.
Hello, yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Avira from MyEasyDocs. Our product is Docs Wallet. We're a private digital locker services company operating since 2010. What we do, we provide a dedicated digital locker account for citizens where people can store all the documents. This is an official depository of documents as we partner the institution that's issued it in the first place. You can order, store, and even share certified and verified documents online from any of these institutions or governments that's partnered with us. And even if you have got any hard copies of your documents, you can get them digitally certified into your wallet. How do we do this? We partner with the institution, if it's a university, school, or college, or even if it's a government body. We provide our solution, we get them onto the network, and then help them to issue these documents digitally whenever somebody applies for the document. So that they no longer hand over the paper-based document. They give the electronic version into the wallet when it's required. And anytime you need to use this, you can actually share them online. So you really don't need to have to submit the physical copy at the place that you need to use it for even if it's a transcript or a school certificate or a TC or any of those documents. The process, an example how it would work is if you're a student in India and you need to get a transcript from a university in India, you basically apply for the transcript online. That university, being on our network, gives you a digitally certified document into your locker. And third step is that you're now able to share this transcript with the US university, eliminating the entire paper-based and the courier-based process and moving the entire process online. So it works something similar to payment, that the documents are coming into your wallet, and then from there, it's moving on to the final destination. Why do we need this? We power the digital economy. We digitize and store these documents, not just the documents on the cloud, but these are officially certified by the issuing authority. We reduce the processing time, the application, sending the documents, applying for the document, taking it back, and finally sending it to the ultimate destination. In India specifically, we make it more transparent, address the corruption issue where people would not have to go and see the government official or that institution official to get that document. And of course, power the paperless, presentless, and cashless ecosystem, because the entire process of requesting for the document and sending them, everything is completely online. Use cases, we could use this for driver's licenses, PAN cards, RTO documents, education qualifications, property, health records, or even use them to sign peer-to-peer documents such as agreements or use e-sign for signing documents between peers. So one of the usual questions that we get asked is what are the legality, how you accept it, how you recognize. So just recently we've been talking to governments regarding enabling this process. And just recently, as July 2016, the Information Technology Preservation Retention of Information by Intermediaries providing digital locker facilities has been approved. It provides legal standing to all documents issued online into the locker. This also allows for private participation in the ecosystem, and the rules provide for comprehensive technical process details on how this should be operated. So before these rules, we were just a company that was trying to work with some universities here and there and start off. But with the new policy sort of coming in, you work under a licensing and a regulated model where these documents are actually used officially in places that you need. So that's about the Docs Wallet digital locker. And yeah, I'm open to questions.
Well done, on time. Jury, your questions, please.
So is this monetized in a consumer's pay for this service?
Yes, that's right. The person who needs the document would have to pay for the service, which includes the fee of the issuing authority. Part of that goes back to the issuing authority. And you need to send it electronically. There's a fee that you would need to send it. So it's like sending an electronic version of the document online.
Yeah, so when you mentioned this service, initially I thought it might be in B2B play where you go into enterprises and helping them store documents.
It's actually a combination. We sell it to the business.
No, I understand that,
yes.
but it's not SMBs storing their documents
no,
and so
no,
on. And
it's
so
not.
that's why my question is, help me size the market a little bit. How many consumers, how often would they use it, how much will they pay, and so how big is the opportunity?
Yeah, so every single person would have to apply for some document at some point of time. It could be a birth certificate, marriage certificate, transfer certificate, or a migration certificate, or transcript. So things goes on. You have to apply for a driving license. The thing is that they don't, after this, it doesn't come to you physically. It comes to you you need to apply for a PAN card, right? You don't get the physical PAN card anymore once we install the system at the institution. It comes to you in digital format. So the use cases is pretty large, not only in India, but if you want to apply for a job in the US, you probably need some sort of credentials to be certified in India, even the transcripts. So it's quite, an average person would have about 8 to 9 documents that he would need mandatorily at some point of time. So it's quite large.
So there are going to be a number of digital locker companies that
Yes.
integrate to the India stack, and
Yes.
and you'll have all of that
So
presence-less, paperless layer. So I wanted to understand what is your particular
So we started off,
angle in terms of
yeah,
getting
we started off
market
in
share?
2010, even before the locker services started out. Like I said, we were just sort of like a software company that's coming in, and we have a huge advantage in terms of the numbers. We have more than 300 issuing institutions already signed up. We have moved 100,000 and more application documents authenticated online in the last 6 years. We have more than 400 digital recipients globally for transcripts. You can actually send your electronic transcripts to the ID of the university that's received these transcripts. And we also partnered foreign governments for migration compliances, that you need to certify all your documents before you apply for a citizenship, or you need to travel. You need simple things like a bank statement to prove your visa travel, right? So we have partnered with banks that can issue the bank statement electronically into your wallet, and from there, you actually submit it to the office. So we have a first mover advantage, yes. I think the pie has considerably increased with the new notification that's coming in. New different companies are yet to start because the licensing modalities are yet to come out. But it's a very simple requirement which we feel we can meet. And then the concept selling has come down. We don't have to sell the concept anymore. What is a locker? We just say we've got the service. So yes, there would be many companies that's coming. I think that's a good sign as well to get more companies into the ecosystem.
I just wanted to go back to Karthik's point on, so who's eventually, right? Is this a customer-centric play or is this an institution-centric play? In the sense, like, where's the stickiness higher? Saying that, look, all my certificates are with this digital locker and therefore that's the lead selling factor, or is it like individuals, all of their documents are there?
So I think it's both. So today, if you look at who pays for the service, it's the consumer, but I give it free, or there's no charges to institutions to come in. So it's like, maybe saying Facebook is giving free to the consumer, but the advertiser pays for it. I have both sides. So our primary revenue will come from the consumer. The institution acts as a member to sort of enable the service. And they make a huge amount of money in the process because, the certification process is sort of high, and numbers are sort of higher because you don't need to really physically visit the institutions to go and collect these documents.
These numbers,
Yeah.
the 100,000 digital documents, how many consumers were these?
So it's been less than 10%. Most of them would be business where they want to certify somebody's document, and they use the platform to reach out to the institutions to get it certified. So it's less than 10% students.
I mean, consumers or customers, whatever the term
Yeah.
is. How many users did that translate to?
So we also work with some background screening companies. So it'll be like about 35,000 users, consumers, and the balance would be between 300 verification companies that actually work with large companies like TCS, Infosys, and those companies need to certify these credentials. That's a B2B verification.
So in 6 years, about 35,000 consumers?
Yeah, that's right. So it was only a request-based program that you had to get the document online, and there was also an optional process that was going around. And the acceptance, once you get a digital document, if you have to send to the other side, you also need to grow the network. So the network process was quite slow, but like with the coming of the new policy and linking every single document to the process. So this was mostly with autonomous colleges and some government universities. going forward, let's say a simple case like a police clearance certificate or a birth certificate or a marriage certificate, the numbers go up exponentially. That's what we see.
So my question is, my apologies, I'm a little confused. Is your model that people like all of us can put our documents digitally somewhere in a locker, or you go to each agency and say, give me all your data, whatever, PAN card and everything, I'll store it, and anybody wants verification, I'll verify it.
No, that's the second part was not how it would work. The storage part, a lot of companies do that for you today. You can store documents in any drive that you do. Here, because of our connectivity with that original issuing agency, you can either convert your existing hard copy document to a digital one officially, or you could apply for a new one directly to that institution, who gives it back to you not in the form of a card, but in the form of a digital version into your account. So the storage version is available everywhere. You can just put all your PAN card and all the property documents into the system. But what if you could get it directly from the registrar's office into your account? You're applying for an encumbrance certificate.
That would apply if I didn't have it already. If
Yes,
I have it,
Yeah, if you have it, you can still retain it in paper format, or you could choose to digitize it. You could say, please make this document certified, so that the other side sort of uses it. So if you have got a degree certificate from say 1995, and if you just submit it to let's say the university, they don't accept it. You have to get it first certified, or the data getting authenticated before it goes to the university or the embassy, or even let's say an employer. You just give the document, he says, I don't trust this document anymore, I have to do my own certifications. So you have this verified data coming in.
One question I had, this is, again, good idea, but I think when I look at the use case from a consumer perspective,
right.
A student who's applying to a university abroad,
right.
probably applying to 8, 10, 12 universities, or somebody who's applying for a job is looking and applying to multiple companies. You'll always be in the situation where some of them may be signed up with you, a lot of them will not be signed up with you.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of the hard work that I'm doing in terms of going out there, getting my transcripts, getting my PAN card, I'll still need to do it up until this, end state scenario where everybody is on this platform. So how, the consumer value initially is significantly low. So how do you actually get traction?
Right. So, if you take the universe, as you spoke about, if only a percentage on part of our system, you can still use it, apply for those documents also.
Yeah, but then the value is much less, right? Because I'm anyway going to the university to get all my transcripts for, 8 universities.
If the university is on our system, you can edit any document. If the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Mumbai University, which is on our system now, as a student, you don't need to go to Mumbai University at all. All the universities of Mumbai University is able to take the
I get it, but all the universities in the US will not accept those, right?
Yes, they are, because you're officially part of Mumbai University as a digital transcript service provider. You can now send it to the US universities also. They actually have the program there. As long as you are a vendor or a service provider to the university officially, you can still send it. And some of the universities also have email extensions for receiving digital transcripts. Within the US, from a high school to a university, is still digital. And there are multiple players operating the field, if you look at the US market. So if I'm from this school, there are companies like Parchment and online transcripts. You apply from the school using the digital format, they give it to you into the system, and from there you send it to the university. And universities have extensions like digital transcript requests, and they say, okay, if you have a digital transcript, you can send these information to this email, but not as an attachment. It has to go through a formalized process.
All right.
So the receiving part is already there.
Thank you, Jury.
Sure.
revenue so far, total revenue?
We're doing about $85,000 a month. That's about annualized about $1 million right now. Do about 5,000 transactions a month right now, with about $15 to $20 per case. Yeah.
All right, we have an audience question.
So you have access to a lot of data. Are you planning to use this data at the aggregate level at all?
So yes, we are not supposed to use it like that. That's what the new policy is coming out, which says the provides the rules of comprehensive technical information. You are not supposed to use the data at all. The entire data belongs to the individual or the user, and he or she decides where I want to use this information. So it's like, probably getting an airline ticket in the physical form. Now you're getting it in electronic format. You used to print it out and show it to the airport, but now you're showing it electronically. That's a transition you're looking at documents going forward.
All right, thank you, Avira.
All right.